What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Okay, welcome back to the channel, subscribers, and to people who are not subscribed, welcome to you as well. Please, hope that you would subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we make more videos, and also when we have live streams we're doing in the morning time, usually around 8 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Eastern time, Central time, 8 a.m. Eastern time. So 7 Central, 8 Eastern in the mornings. We have really great conversations, so I hope that you'll attend the live streams. And thank you to everybody that donates to the channel, support the cause through Venmo and Patreon. And the super chats and the live stream. Thank you guys very, very much, and we'll keep them on and popping. So Lennox Lewis tells the truth on Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, and clearly states what is obvious to everybody except for the most ardent Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn fans out there, that Deontay Wilder is the one that's trying to make this fight, and that in order for this fight to be made, Anthony Joshua is going to have to man up. And so let me go through what he says, and after that we'll have a discussion about it. But you know, this is preaching to the choir to most people now, and it's just so interesting how just in a few short months, how Anthony Joshua has just completely lost the high ground as it relates to Deontay Wilder, and how, you know, ducking don't pay off, man. In the long run in boxing, avoiding or delaying or putting off fights for reasons, for whatever reason, generally speaking, it doesn't pay off. And it's really not paying off for Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua's name is taking an absolutely gigantic hit because of the way that Barry Hearn and Eddie Hearn are managing his career. And I have to call him not just promoting, but managing his career. Let me go through what is said by Lennox Lewis. And Lennox Lewis is a heavyweight from the UK by way of Jamaica and Canada, but is the number one heavyweight in the history of UK heavyweights, and one of the 5 or 6 best, in my opinion, heavyweights of all time. Somebody that has made the big money, right? A guy that has had bigger paydays when he was fighting almost 20 years ago than Anthony Joshua was getting now. He's done everything in his career that Anthony Joshua's done in his career at this point, and more. He's a lock if he's not already in the Hall of Fame. So this guy is somebody that's clearly somebody that's not a xenophobe and is biased against UK heavyweights, since he's a UK heavyweight himself. So he's somebody that people should take, you should take his word and respect it from somebody that's been there, done that. He says, okay, based on the facts of the current situation, Lewis believes Wilder is the only one making a real effort to get the deal done. Quoting Lewis, "Go order Eddie Hearn to make the fight with Deontay Wilder. Now is the moment when you must take charge of your own destiny. There is no question that it is Wilder who wants the fight, and it is Wilder who wants to prove that he's the man in this new heavyweight era," Lewis told Jeff Powell of Daily Mail. He explained to me all the difficulties he's having with Anthony and Eddie, of how AJ is listening to Hearn. Deontay most definitely wants this fight more than any fight. Joshua said he would take $50 million in a heartbeat, but when that offer came, he didn't accept it. Lennox Lewis speaking of himself, I would have taken $50 million quicker than a heartbeat and gone through with any fight, but I never ducked anyone. Bo did everything he could. This is Riddick Bowe he's talking about, the former champion, and infamous to this day for having ducked Lennox Lewis. Bo did everything he could to avoid fighting me, but I forced the situation. I did so by ordering my manager, Frank Maloney, to go out and do whatever it took to make the fight. Yes or yes. No arguments. Then Riddick had to meet me or vacate. It comes to the point where the boxer has to take over from the manager or promoter as the boss. Oscar De La Hoya and me were the first to take charge of our business. I took control of my destiny and opened up my chances for greatness. Anthony needs to do the same with Eddie. Now, I know that I am and have been for a while, speaking to the choir. Everybody knows this to be the truth. Everybody, even the people that are going to come on to this video and talk smack, you know what the deal is. You might change your mind. You might try to change the conversation to who is Deontay Wilder fought. And Deontay Wilder's fought 40 bums. And Deontay Wilder's never made that much money in his career before. And Deontay Wilder's got skinny legs. And Deontay Wilder, never showed proof of funds. And Deontay Wilder, all of those things that have nothing to do with whether or not who tried to make the fight and who didn't try to make the fight, and whether Anthony Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder. If you read between the lines, Lennox Lewis is pretty much stating that Anthony Joshua was the one that is ducking Deontay Wilder. He says, I would have taken $50 million quicker than a heartbeat and gone through with any fight, but I never ducked anyone. Well, who didn't take the $50 million quicker than a heartbeat or go through with any fight? The one that ducked. Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is, and this is something I also find very interesting, when people talk about the A side of a fight, that's the person that has the most leverage in a fight, in a negotiation. The person with the most leverage also has the most power to make the fight happen. He could, as the A side, make an offer to the B side that the B side would be super happy to take. But if you offer in a fight to somebody which is less than you know that they want, and you keep the offer lower than what that person wants, and you move on, you're not the one that really, really, really wants to make that fight. Because you have it in your power to give the guy what he wants. If Anthony Joshua said, look, yes and yes, I want this fight. I know I need to beat Deontay Wilder to do what? Let's go through what he said. The way that Lennox Lewis expressed it. There is no question that it is Wilder who wants to fight. It is Wilder who wants to prove that he is the man in this new heavyweight era. Now, what is this value that Lennox Lewis expressed in this sentence? A certain prize that comes out of this fight besides the money, besides the belt. Wilder wants to prove that he is the man in this new heavyweight era. If Anthony Joshua wanted to prove that he was the man, then he shouldn't be fighting Alexander Povetkin, because that's not going to do it. The option was there for Anthony Joshua to prove that he was the man, but he chose not to take it because he listened to Eddie Hearn. And I'm saying this is something that I'm going to talk about consistently, because it's after having watched this whole thing going down and had enough time to watch it and look at what the ramifications have been for Anthony Joshua. Eddie Hearn is doing a worse job promoting Anthony Joshua after he got the belt than he did before. Eddie Hearn thinks that he's just going to be able to sit on Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua and these guys is going to be able to sit on the belt and do a couple, I guess do some underwear model commercials and, fight Carlos Takams and Joseph Parker's and Alexander Povetkin, and his momentum is going to continue to grow. That's not happening. I'm hearing absolutely less than no buzz. It is complete silence on the discussion about Anthony Joshua and Alexander Povetkin. This is a fight that nobody is interested in, that's getting no traction in the imagination of boxing fans, because boxing fans at the end of the day are going to be the ones that decide what the fight is that they want to see. And the boxers also are the ones that know who the best guy out there is and who they believe is in the running to be the man in any given division. And clearly, the fans wanted to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. And the boxing world knows that the only people that can claim to be the man in the heavyweight division right now, while putting an asterisk on Tyson Fury, right? Because Tyson Fury needs to, have a couple warm-ups. And if he beats in the fight, if he winds up beating Deontay Wilder, he'll lay his claim to it as well. But at the current moment, it's Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. But Anthony Joshua doesn't want to make the fight. And Lennox Lewis is right. He needs to man up, stop hiding behind Eddie Hearn's skirts, and jump to it and make the fight. So much respect to Lennox Lewis for saying this. I agree 100% with Lennox Lewis. I can't wait to hear how people are going to chastise and tear down Lennox Lewis for saying what he believes to be true from his experience. Right? I've heard people talk about Tyson Fury and how it really doesn't matter. How the lineal championship doesn't matter because he's never defended the lineal championship. He just won it and then he didn't defend it. So I guess what? They should just take it away from him and it doesn't matter. You just get to assign it to somebody else, just whatever, man. It is what it is. And man, again, shout out to Lennox Lewis. And hey, check me out. Definitely try to check me out in the mornings on the live stream. Really looking forward to doing another one. And with that, I'm out. Peace.